They arrive without mercy, towering columns of chaos ripping through everything in their path. Their sound is unforgettable, a deafening roar like 1,000 freight trains tearing through the sky. Born from the perfect storm, these monsters of wind and fury leave behind scars that last forever. Some were over a mile wide, others spun with winds over 300 miles per hour. From the vast plains of the American Midwest to the edge of nature's deadliest storms, these are the 10 largest tornadoes ever recorded. In March of 1925, a monster emerged from the storm clouds, carving a path of destruction across 3 American states. This was the Tri-State Tornado, a vortex of unprecedented fury. For over 3 hours, it tore through Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana, leaving a trail of devastation 219 miles long. Towns were reduced to rubble, farms were swept clean, and the landscape was forever scarred. In all, at least 751 men, women, and children were killed, and more than 2,298 were injured, making the outbreak the deadliest tornado outbreak in U.S. history. Bangladesh, a land crisscrossed by rivers and vulnerable to the forces of nature, experienced this fury in 1989. The Daulatpur Saturia tornado, a monstrous vortex, ripped through the countryside with terrifying speed. Over a mile wide at its peak, it flattened homes as if they were made of paper. The official death toll reached a staggering 1,300, though the true number may never be known. The Daulatpur Saturia tornado stands as a grim reminder of the vulnerability of humanity in the face of nature's wrath. In 2011, the city of Joplin, Missouri, found itself in the crosshairs of a powerful EF5 tornado. This catastrophic event would forever change the landscape and the lives of its residents. This monstrous twister, over a mile wide, tore through the heart of the city, leaving a trail of unimaginable destruction. Winds exceeding 200 miles per hour obliterated everything in their path. Homes were reduced to splinters, businesses were flattened, and entire neighborhoods were unrecognizable. The sheer force of the tornado turned everyday life into a scene of chaos and despair. Landmarks that once stood as symbols of community pride were lost forever. Schools, hospitals, and churches were among the many structures that faced the tornado's wrath. The Joplin tornado claimed 158 lives, making it the deadliest in the United States since modern record-keeping began. Families were torn apart, and the community was left to mourn its tremendous loss. Yet from the rubble, the spirit of Joplin emerged, a testament to human resilience in the face of tragedy. The community came together, determined to rebuild and restore what was lost. Volunteers from across the nation joined hands with local residents, showcasing the power of unity and hope. Today, Joplin stands as a symbol of recovery and strength. New homes have risen where old ones once stood, and the community thrives with renewed vigor. The story of Joplin is not just one of destruction, but of rebirth and the unyielding human spirit. Bridge Creek Moor, a record-breaking fury. The plains of Oklahoma, often called Tornado Alley, have witnessed some of the most intense tornadoes in history. This region, stretching from northern Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, and into Nebraska, is notorious for its frequent and severe tornado activity. The unique geography and climatic conditions of Tornado Alley create the perfect breeding ground for these powerful storms. In 1999, the Bridge Creek Moor tornado etched its name in the record books. This catastrophic event is remembered not only for its sheer power, but also for the unprecedented destruction it caused. The tornado formed on May 3rd, a day that would forever be etched in the memories of those who lived through it. This violent vortex, with winds exceeding 300 miles per hour, became the first tornado to have recorded wind speeds over 300 miles per hour. The Doppler radar imagery captured during the event showed the incredible intensity and speed of the winds, which were strong enough to obliterate everything in their path. It carved a path of destruction 38 miles long, leaving behind a scene of utter devastation. Homes were reduced to rubble, trees were uprooted, and vehicles were tossed around like toys. The aftermath was a stark reminder of nature's raw power and the vulnerability of human structures in the face of such force. The Bridge Creek Moor tornado serves as a chilling reminder of the destructive potential hidden within the storms. In the wake of the disaster, communities came together to rebuild and support one another, showcasing the resilience and strength of the human spirit. The lessons learned from this event have led to advancements in tornado prediction and safety measures, aiming to prevent such a tragedy from occurring again. El Reno, a colossal swath. In 2013, the skies over Oklahoma once again unleashed a monstrous tornado, this time near the town of El Reno. This behemoth, spanning an astonishing 2.6 miles in width, became the widest tornado ever recorded. It churned across the landscape, a terrifying spectacle of nature's raw power. The El Reno tornado, while thankfully claiming relatively few lives, underscores the unpredictable and awe-inspiring nature of these storms. Hallam, the wall of wind. On May 22, 2004, a monster touched down in the heart of Nebraska, a tornado so vast it would earn its place in history. The Hallam tornado measured an astonishing 2.5 miles wide, making it the widest tornado ever recorded at the time, a rotating wall of destruction stretching as far as the eye could see. It tore through the small town of Hallam, leveling homes, flipping trains, and claiming one life while injuring nearly 40 others. Entire neighborhoods were reduced to splinters in seconds. The scale of the damage was almost unimaginable, yet Hallam stood as a chilling reminder of how quickly the sky can turn against us. In the heartland of America, April 26, 1991, what started as a typical spring day in Kansas would soon spiral into one of the most devastating tornado outbreaks the state had ever seen. At 6:35 p.m., a violent F5 tornado descended near the town of Andover. In minutes, it grew into a colossal force, packing winds over 260 miles per hour and cutting a path nearly a mile wide. It tore through everything in its path: homes, businesses, entire neighborhoods. But the hardest hit was the Golden Spur Mobile Home Park, a community that was nearly wiped off the map. 13 lives were lost, over 200 were injured, and yet through the wreckage, countless stories of survival and heroism emerged. The Andover tornado would go down in history, not just for its power, but for its haunting presence, captured in real time by news helicopters as it swallowed the horizon. Xenia, a super outbreak's fury. The year 1974 witnessed one of the most intense tornado outbreaks in recorded history, a two-day event that unleashed over 148 tornadoes across 13 states. Among these, the Xenia tornado, an F5 monster, carved a path of destruction through Xenia, Ohio. This devastating twister, with winds estimated to have reached 300 miles per hour, leveled entire neighborhoods, tossed cars like toys, and claimed 33 lives. The Xenia tornado stands as a chilling reminder of the destructive potential of tornado outbreaks. In 2007, the town of Greensburg, Kansas, was hit by an EF5 tornado, a monster that leveled nearly 95% of the town. Entire blocks were erased, leaving behind a haunting emptiness where homes once stood. 12 lives were lost, hundreds displaced, and yet Greensburg would rise again, rebuilding from the ground up as a model of resilience and green energy. In 1953, without the advanced warning systems we have today, the people of Waco had no idea what was coming. A monstrous F5 tornado, nearly a third of a mile wide, roaring straight into the heart of downtown. In just minutes, over 100 people were killed, more than 600 injured. Entire blocks were flattened, brick by brick, street by street. It remains one of the deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history, and for Waco, it was a wound that would take generations to heal. Tornadoes are unstoppable forces of nature, but your safety doesn't have to be left to chance. If you're ever caught in a tornado warning, take cover immediately, stay away from windows, head to the lowest level of your home or a sturdy shelter, and wait for the clear. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and let us know in the comments what you'd like us to cover next.